Hey everyone, today we're going to be looking at how to find Ganondorf towards the end of the game. And the way the game intends for you to find him is what I'm going to cover first, and then we'll show actually how to get there. So that's going to begin with visiting the Great Abandoned Central Mine. So at the Great Abandoned Central Mine, you are going to run into Master Kohga. After you fight him, he's going to take off and say that he's going really far southwest. And to get here, I mean, you probably have already done it. It's pretty simple. There's a whole quest, but like on the Great Plateau, there's all these entrances to the depths. They're located where the 4 shrines are. I have another video on that. So once you're down here, you need to go to the Great Abandoned Central Mine. And then this Forge Construct is who you're going to speak to. That's where you get the auto build ability. So now when he takes off going to the southwest, this is where he goes. He's going to the Abandoned Gerudo Mine. And we enter this area down from... Okay, we'll enter from right here. The Great Plateau North Chasm. It's by the Forest of Time. So we're entering from the Great Plateau. And then if you go down, you're just going to be heading southwest. So along the way, there will be statues of a Gerudo lady just pointing this direction the whole time. So you keep following those, keep going to the next trees, and then eventually you'll make your way here to the Abandoned Gerudo Mine. And an easy way to set the marker for every single one of these of where you're going to be traveling is just to go to the surface map, go to Gerudo Town, put a map marker here, and then go down. Every single one of these spots where you fight Master Kohga is right below one of the major settlements. So here we are, the Abandoned Gerudo Mine. You set your map marker, and then you just sort of head in that general direction, and you stop at every single tree along the way. After that, he's going to go off to the Lanayru region. So the Lanayru region, we're going to enter from right here. So this is near the Jonsau Shrine, the Lanayru wetlands. So going down, and then again, just heading east. But all we got to do, look at the surface map. Oh, look at that, it's Zora's Domain right here. So you set your map marker for Zora's Domain, look at the depths map, and start heading that direction. And again, this time, there'll be shrines of fish people who look awfully a lot like Zora's. So you just keep an eye out for them. The last one is the difficult one. The last one is right below Rito Village, of course. But for this one, if you look at the depths map, you can see it's just surrounded by this emptiness, right? So if you come down here, you're essentially just going to get nowhere. You'll find a statue against the wall right here that's leaning into the wall. It's just literally, it's got its head on the wall. So what you need to do is you need to come up into Rito Village, and you'll enter from the side of the village right here. And I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so here we actually are in Rito Village. There's this guy standing at the cliff, and he says, "Take a look, there's a hole in the wall that leads to the depths." So you can just jump off and land in the hole, but I missed, so I have to climb back up. And then you can drop down. And when you get close to the bottom, you can pull your chute because there's a tree there that you can go to get the map unlocked. And then if you turn around and head the other direction, you will be able to find Kohga. And at the end of this fight, he explains, oh, the weapon for Ganon is ready, you'll never find him below Hyrule Castle, basically. So, hey, turns out he's exactly where we left him. Who would have thought? So yeah, that's where he explains like the fact that, hey, we're below all the cities and everything, or maybe Paya mentions that, one of the two. But either way, now we're below Hyrule Castle. So that's where we are. If you just jump down below Hyrule Castle, that's where I begin. That's the fast travel point. And I'm just running past every single one of these enemies. So when you get to the room with the Lionel there, if you fly off to the left, you can end up here. Drop down. And then you can use recall in this room or rewind to ride the block back up to the top. I smashed these blocks. There's a bit of loot in there. Now in this room again, just trying to fly past them, try to avoid getting frozen. I do. Thankfully, don't end up taking too much damage for it. This room just falls straight down, and when you get to the bottom of this room, you're going to lose the power of the sages. So continue down the stairs there to the right of where the Lizalfos are right now. I kind of do a loop around this room checking for stuff, and I take damage for it. You could build a plane if you take out those Lizalfos, but I decided not to. And then I run into Master Hand, Crazy Hand, and Sicko Hand, and the other ones, and I hate those guys, so I use Ascend and just get out of there. Right side of the room, get up onto these stairs. And now I extra sped up this footage because I'm breaking through a whole lot of rock using bombs, and then taking the Traveler's Claymores that fall out of this loot and using the rocks and just smashing through all this. So it takes a while. Once you get through, this is just past where the Lina was, if we would have flown across that gap. And this looks familiar. Back at the start of the game. So I run past the Bokoblin, but then I realize, uh-oh, bunch of Gifto, so I use arrows with fire, do a lot of damage to them. Using fire fruits and then the fire keys wings. And I'm really lucky I don't take a lot of damage there. So then I just back up and play it really safe because I don't want to die here. Wasn't sure if I'd have to restart at all. Now with the Gibdo again, just using the fire key swings for that bonus damage. Take care of them really easily. Lightning should also do the trick, based off of the fact that, you know, Riju's ability does a whole load of damage to them. And now here's where I use the Sundy Lions. So you can use Sundy Lions to get food that heals gloom damage. But you can see the first recipe doesn't, and this recipe does. So I do 1 apple, 2 Sundy Lions, and that's a pretty good one. It's like, it heals 6. And then I do 2 or 3 Sundy Lions and a piece of meat, and that heals like 9. So just do like these Sundy Lions and then 1 piece of something else. Because when I did the Sundy Lions and then a Hyrule Herb and like an apple, then it didn't do anything. So if you need to heal the gloom damage, just use those Sundy Lions and something else. Now we're almost done breaking rocks. We'll be back in the room from the beginning of the game with the murals. So I break these and then just spend a little bit of time admiring them. Once I'm done with that, I can break the last set of rocks. And that's pretty much it. We're going to take a dive down, but I'll leave the rest for you to find out. Don't want to spoil anything. Likes, comments, always appreciated. Until next time, bye for now.